Hello, good evening, guys. Welcome to Kreate 30. All right, let me be sure. All right, welcome to Kreate 30, day 20. Day 20. Amazing. Wow, that's 10 days to go. 10 day special day. Today is very packed. I think today is one of those days we're going to remember for a long time because we're doing something very interesting and um we're going to learn a lot. Trust me, we'll learn a lot. We'll learn a learn a lot. So we started our video editing series yesterday, and the idea just came that one of the fastest way to learn is through critique, through reviewing, through feedback. I think personally, I'm a benefactor of learning a lot from feedback. I picked up most of my media skills by being a part of the media team in my church, and just that continuous feedback from me and my media director really molded me, really helped me to grow so far. So that's what we're going to do today. Feedback. If you're excited, say yeah, yeah. All right. So let me know if you're joining us in the chat. And I'm just going to share my screen. All right. And just that continuous feedback from me and my media director really molded me, really helped me to grow so far. So okay. That's what we're going to do today. All right, so today we have received some videos from some of our community members in Create Community, and it took some convincing to allow them send me some of their videos, and I'll just drop um a couple of disclaimers before we start this process. The purpose of this stream or this episode is for educational purposes, and what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be looking at videos that people have already worked on, and I'm going to have like a commentary, right, on things I think they can do better, things that I would have done if I was the one working on that project, right? Just general advice and general feedback, right? The disclaimer here is that most of what I'm going to say is not the only way to go about it. Do you understand? It's mostly the way I would have gone about it. And I think there's something to learn from seeing other people's perspectives. So I want you to come into this with an educational, stand from an educational standpoint. Right. So we're going to go through some of these videos, and in no way am I saying that these people have done a bad job, or in fact, most of the videos you would see, they have given me assignments, do you understand? Because they did very well. And one video there is actually my own. So um I'm going to critique that as well, although not edited by me. So we're going to go into that. Are you ready? I'm already shy. I'm already shy for them and for myself. But are you ready? So we're going to look at the videos one by one. Um, let's get right into it. So,
Very first screw out.
okay, I think I need to. Once again, I think I need to use my earphones, even though the sound will clash. I keep forgetting about that. All right.
We got very first screw out. Oh my god. Join me as I dismantle a table for the first time in my life. I can do this, because like, hello, I'm help of God, dog. So yeah, let's get it going.
Bring that beat back.
Okay. First of all, thank you for giving me permission to do this, and I really appreciate it. I don't take it for granted. I would say I'll just give some feedback as we go forward. I think two of the things that have stuck out for me so far is Number one, the use of typography. That's the use of fonts, the use of letters on the screen. If we scroll through the video, we're going to see a couple of fonts. So we have this one, interesting choice. We have this one as well, and we have this one, right? And we have this one. So different fonts. Let me even see if they're the same fonts. Okay. All right. Interesting. Um, First of all, I'll talk a little bit about fonts. I think one of the ways to really upgrade your video quality is by your use of typography. If you're able to master the use of typography, your videos can your videos can go from looking amateur to looking professional, right? And mastering the use of typography in video is not as complex as one would think, right? And rules that you can follow. And I think the first thing I'll keep in mind is, so fonts have two aspects, right? There's the font itself, there's a font choice, and then there's a style, right? There's the font choice and then there's a style, right? And I'll just, break apart these fonts. First of all, the font choice, and then we'll talk about the style, right? So I would say, the font choice is pretty simple, straightforward, and I would suspect that the font she went for is, does it look familiar? Is either the system font that comes with CapCut. I'm not sure if she changed the font, or if she did, I would suspect it's the system font, right? And one suggestion I'll give you to finding good fonts, one thing I do is, first of all, for you to even know what fonts are good, what fonts are nice, you have to take notes. Whenever you watch videos online, you have to keep your eyes open to fonts that are nice and have an archive. Do you understand? Take screenshots, fonts that you like. I take a lot of screenshots of things I like. Do you understand? And what I'm talking about is developing your taste, because there are some things that there's no there's no I cannot recommend particular fonts to you because that might not fit within your context, right? Another good place to go is Pinterest. Pinterest. So where is my Pinterest? Did I download Pinterest that day? I didn't. I didn't download Pinterest that day. Except but yeah, Pinterest. So when you go on Pinterest, you can search for aesthetic fonts, right? And just study them. Free aesthetic fonts. Just study them, see how they look. Look at the font trends, right? Modern fonts. And I'll say that, in my opinion, I tend not to go for um fonts like this, because fonts like this are usually best for they're usually best for like documentation. This looks very, it looks like I think it's Helvetica. No, Helvetica is a bit more slim. But yeah, so let's take it into CapCut and just do something small and see what we can do. So, and it's interesting that CapCut actually has a good has a good selection of fonts. So I'm going to just work with fonts in CapCut. I don't know what they mean by I don't have videos yet. I don't understand. That's strange. Okay. Sorry about that. Give me a second. So I'm going to look for that video. I'm going to work with it a bit. Let's just work with typography a bit.
We got our very first scroll out.
I'm not really here, Asha. But let me not comment on that yet. So let's just work with, I think she said we got our very first scroll out, right? So let's say we want to do that font, right? We want to write that out. We got, so one thing I like working with is font combinations, right? So I'm going to write out what I want to write. Come on, where's my keyboard? Interesting. I think there's something with, okay, let me try again. Yeah, it's here now. We. Right, so already I can see that the font is not legible, right? Because the video is black and white and the font is also black and white. Well, let's just write everything on screen, right? We got I'll just write everything down first. Our very our very first scroll. Okay, so let's do it this way. Okay, then I'm going to put every other thing together so that we just have one very first screw. And then out. All right, so let's work with that. So first of all, you know you have your layout, right? And I think very first screw should be the most dominant thing on screen, obviously, because that summarizes kind of the idea of what she's saying. Okay. I think we have a lot of critiques to do. So once we move a bit here, we'll move on to the next video immediately. So now that you have your layout out, arrange it very well, and then you can now start with the font selection. So one way to create interest is to mix up script fonts